Hi, I'm James at Bespoke Airsoft, welcome back to another review, and in this video we're taking a look at the WE 226 line of pistols. So yes, we're taking at the WE Sig line of pistols. This includes the largest framed SIGs, like the 226, the 226 railed, the Mark 25, and then we've got a compact here, which is the 228. We also do the 229 as well. So very similar boxes here to a lot of their other pistols. Cardboard outers, cardboard inner inserts, got the manuals there, got the magazines for each pistol, and the pistols themselves. Let's take these out of the packaging. So, like I said, they do quite a few pistols in this lineup. They do them in different colours as well. But for all intensive purposes, the two pistols that I have in front of me will cover pretty much anything in terms of FPS, performance, anything like that, gas efficiency and so forth. So we have two models here. The one I have to my right, which is your left, is the Mark 25. Like I said, the 226 comes in many different forms. You've got the 226, you've got the 226R, which is like the normal conventional railed version. You've got the Mark 25, which has a 20mm Picatinny rail built into the lower frame here, which is much easier for getting like flashlights, lasers, stuff like that on there. They also do the E2, which is a slightly modernised version of the 226 as well. The Mark 25 having the E2 styled magazine. And then on the smaller counterpart of that pistol, we've got the 228. Now this is the 228, so it has no rail on the front here. They also do a 229, which has a railed front lower frame here. Both these pistols are completely made out of metal, barring the plastic grips that go on the side. You've got metal frame, metal slide, metal outer barrel, and all the bits and pieces there to go with it. You've got a bigger magazine on the 226, which is, you know, understandable. The 226 magazine will go in the 228s and the 229s because it's longer, but the smaller magazines will not go in the bigger pistols. So you've got plenty of adjustability there for magazines, much like the Glock series that they do. So if you're not familiar with a SIG, it's a very boxy looking pistol, but they are very, very comfy. They're used by a lot of law enforcement all around the world, as well as being in theatres as well with certain armed forces. Like I said, the frame is metal, the slide's metal. You got some nice iron sights here on the top of the slide with white dots where it makes them easy to find, easy to use. Metal outer barrel as well. Hammer comes back, single action trigger, double action trigger, and we can actually arm this thing as well with just the hammer. As well as that, on the left hand side of the pistol we have a decocking lever, which can be found just there, which is found just in front of the slide release. Now with the 226s and the compact counterparts, the slide releases are very easy to find. They're nice and sort of set away from the slide, so easy to operate. The decocking lever even is very easy to find as well. Triggers on these, you've got a little bit of take up till you hit the wall. You've got the brake, it feels a little bit spongy, and then the reset as well. So not the worst trigger by any means, but also not the best. The 228 as well, very much the same, so same feeling. Now these can kind of be compared to like sort of, let's say like a Glock 17 and the 19 in terms of size comparison. As you'll see, the 228 is just a smaller version of the 226. So let's set these pistols to one side. We've got gas in the magazines, I believe. They're not loaded, they are safe. Let's see what the kickback's like on these things. Fair amount of kick on the 226 and the 228. Same amount of kick really on that pistol as well, even though it's got a shorter barrel. Of course, as we'll see in the Chrono Results in just a minute, that you're going to expect some kind of lower FPS out of the 228s and the 229s just because they've got a smaller barrel, so velocity is going to be like a lot lower. When you're looking for these pistols, they might be labelled up as an F226, and this might be just like a copyright thing. They've actually got F226 and F228 on the grips there, and I think there's a few people out there that have put real steel grips on these, Hogue stuff like that. So very nice. Let's get the top-down camera up. We'll talk about a little bit more about these so you can see them as I do before we get to the chrono and the range results. So we'll be back in just a moment. So welcome back to the top-down view. You seem to like this. One of you guys requested it, and I think it's a good idea because it allows you to see them like I do instead of seeing them far away across the room from the camera on the tripod. So just in the normal fashion of the show, we're going to take a quick overview look at these pistols, then we'll get to the chrono results, and then we'll go over a few extra things, and then we'll look at the range test, and then we'll be back on camera. So let's look at the what they call it, the F226 first. This being the Mark 25 model, so the only differences you'll see from this and other models are obviously the front end here, and if you are looking at the E2, the grip as well. So mag release found on the left hand side. Hit the mag release, magazine ejects, about 24-25 rounds depending on how many you want to really squeeze in there. Gas is filled on the bottom just like other magazines, very gas efficient, easy to use. Got that nice WE screw on the bottom, so if the base plate does start leaking you can just nip that up with a posi screwdriver. So we have the F226 here, metal frame, metal slide, metal out barrel, nice iron sights as you'll see here. Hammer can be actuated. What we'll just test, like we did with the other pistols, is can we actually arm the pistol without cocking the slide, just pulling the hammer back, and I think we can. Yep, it does work. So let's say your gun is loaded and you're in game, you're coming back to the safe zone, you take your mag out, you can let the hammer forward, you've still got a round in the barrel but the gun can't fire, and then let's say you have lunch or you bomb up your mags or something like that, you want to go back out into the field. Once you're back out in the field you can literally put the magazine back in, you've already got a round loaded in the chamber, so you can literally just pull the hammer back and you're ready to go. So check that back out. So you haven't really got like a set safety on these, you are really just using the decocker just to make it harder to pull the trigger and bits and pieces like that. As you'll see, like I said before, the slide release found behind the decocking lever is here. It's very nice and easy to find. I'm going to try and do this like you would be holding it, if you're going to be able to see this. It falls right where your thumb is, nice and easy. Decocker's nice and easy to reach. And let's have a look at the 228. So like you see, it's just a smaller version of the 226. Very dinky. Same construction here, metal frame, metal slide, metal out barrel. The sights compared to its big brother, you've got a white dot at the front, but you have literally just got black sights on the back. What I would like to have seen with this pistol, because the slides at the back are roughly the same size, maybe just a little bit smaller, is them using that same white dot rear sight just to make target acquisition a little bit easier. But you could always, it's got some little indents on here, you could always just pop a little bit of white paint in there or something, just if you wanted to make it a little bit more prominent. But you know, sort of sighting the pistol, it's not actually too bad, it's not the worst. Taking out the magazine, you're obviously going to have less rounds compared to a 226. However, if you've got a load of WE 226 mags lying around, you'll see it's only a little bit bigger, so it's going to be a couple of rounds. You can put the 226 mags in and they will work. So just like its big brother, cock the hammer back and the gun will fire. You can see how much recoil these things have. Nice and snappy. Decocking lever, like I say, found in the same place. Slide release, found in the same place. A little bit easier to operate these controls compared to its big brother, just because it's a slightly smaller pistol. This is very comfy in the hand. I really do like the 228. Now, whether I would go for this over the newer P228 or the F18, what they call it, would be a difficult choice. I do want to see WE's build of the M17 that they did, which was, I think it's called the F17. So time will tell. So there's your overview. Let's go to the chrono results now. First I'll fire the compact, and then I will fire the larger Mark 25. WE 228. WE Sig Mark 25. So as you'll see there, exactly what we expected. Larger model does have slightly higher velocity, which, you know, it's got a longer inner barrel, so it's very much going to have that. The way you strip these things down is very, very simple. You obviously eject the magazine, lock the slide to the rear with the slide release, take this lever, push it in downward motion 90 degrees, put the slide release forward, and the slide comes off just like that. The usual hop adjustment wheel, if you'll see that there, very much like a lot of their other pistols. Nice build construction here. It's nothing too sort of in-depth. Like I said, tried and tested over time. They've been producing these models for a long time now. As you can see there, very nice and easy to sort of maintain. You get some extra lubricants in there. Sometimes these do come a bit thick with transport grease from the factory, so it's always nice to just check that and probably just replace that, clean it, replace it with some silicone oil. You just pop the slide on the rails at the front there, really easy. Let the slide lock to the rear with the slide release, and then push the lever forward. So that's the 226. 228. Check the magazine, very much the same process. Lock the slide to the rear, pull the tab down 90 degrees. This one's going to be a little bit of a pain. So what I actually did there, it seems like with the 228, when you lock it to the rear, it locks it a little bit too far. So you'll see it sort of sits a little bit further. So what I do with the 228, just line up that cutout in the slide, rotate it down 90 degrees, slide will come off. And as you can see, it's just a slightly smaller version of its big brother. Same with the slide, same fixtures, gas blowback unit. Nice hop adjustment wheel there, easy to find. So you haven't got to take any pins out with these guns. You literally just, if you're on the field and you want to adjust your hop, you know, you're firing the gun, take the magazine out, push the slide back to where it needs to go, push that down, oh, a bit too far, 90 degrees, take the slide out, adjust the hop, pop it back on, no tools needed, no pins taken out, and you're ready to go. So very nice family of pistols that they have here. They of course do, like I say, the 226, the 226 railed, they do the Mark 25, they do the E2, they do the 228, they do the 229. They also do the P-Virus, which is like a Resident Evil styled two-tone pistol with like a nice big magazine. Now those P-Virus 40 round magazines will fit these pistols as well, fit in just fine. And over the years we've done a lot with these pistols. Before obviously Bespoke was started, we used to do some nice Cerakoting and sort of sandblasting jobs on these to get them looking really nice. These look great as a two-tone setup, perhaps like a silver frame and a black slide. They look very, very good. So just before we go off the top down camera here, we're going to look at the range test. First I'll be firing the 228, and then I'll be firing the 226 Mark 25. So yeah, nice solid shooters out of these pistols. Like I say, comparable to the Glock 17 and the 19 in terms of the size differences between the two, and the sort of the FPS readouts as well. These pistols have been around for some time. They haven't massively changed all that much, and it's kind of one of those things where if it's not broke, you don't fix it. There's many people that use these pistols, I think, with holsters, in my experience, going from the different versions. I'm not 100% whether the 226 railed, which is the Mark 25 with this Picatinny rail on the bottom here, will fit the 226 railed holsters. You just have to check that and be sure, because this does have a bit more bite to it than the normal 226 rail. But they're great feeling pistols, nice and easy to find the hop up and adjust it just like other pistols that they do. Nice and easy to take down, maintain and stuff like that, very nice. Loads of magazines on the market, different variants. If you like the 228 but you want the ability to put like a small laser or torch on there, go to the 229, that's the railed version. I personally myself, I've never been a massive runner of 226 platforms, and that's nothing against the platform at all. I think just as I've been airsofting over the years, I've always picked different models. It doesn't necessarily mean these are bad at all. I really do like the 228. There's a lot of law enforcement personnel that carry the 228. It's a very nice solid pistol in the real still world. These now being replaced by, well, not replaced, but superseded by the P220s, the P220 compacts, and the M17 from Sig, which we did look at previously. Go through the videos, we did a P220 compact video. Would I pick this or the P220 compact? I think there's plus sides to both of them. If you don't want a polymer frame, go for the 228. If you don't mind the polymer frame and you want sort of some extra modernised features, perhaps go for the P220 compact, which is called the F18. Magazines, these are a bit more conventional in terms of their feed lips and such. The F18 does have a very narrow feed lip on the one side. That we haven't seen any issues with them just yet, but that could obviously happen over time. Thanks very much for tuning in for this video of the 226, well, the Sig line of WE pistols. Great solid performers, don't break the bank at all compared to other manufacturers like Marui and other bits and pieces like that. You know, they've been around for a while, they're tried and tested, loads of models available. I'll put the link in the description below where you can find all of them on our website. But for these and many other WE and bespoke and standard products, go to our website bespokeairsoft.co.uk. Like I said, link in the description for these specifically, just follow it and it'll show you all the models that we've got on the website. And see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.